Guys, I don't know how long I'll be talking for. So I just want to warn you, if you just want to skip ahead to the part where I talk about what I personally believe will be the best investments for this week, well, just look at the description of this video, scroll down, look for all the chapters, and specifically look for the conclusion chapter, all right? If you've only got about 5 minutes, well, that might be super helpful. I don't know how long the video is going to be, but of course I like to explain myself. I like to make sure that you're aware of why I'm like looking at certain skins in certain ways and whatnot. You know, I've got to explain why I don't feel so confident in other skins and whatnot. Does that make sense? So I just want to warn you, just want to point that out to you. So, all right. Well, let's jump in. Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Have been right, because it's time for the predictions video. As you can see, it's the August Force Right Rust store for 2026, and we saw a pretty interesting batch of skins. Nice variety, interesting collection continuations, the first ever small backpack skins to be introduced to Rust, and of course, with it being the focused item of the month, we happen to get some interesting bucket helmet skins, especially interesting considering the actual bucket helmet itself had a buff. So, all right, cool. But what are we here for? Well, of course, I'm going to go ahead and look at all these skins and try and figure out which of these skins potentially could be the best investment for this week, which of these skins might help us walk away with some sweet, delicious profit. So, sit back, relax. Let's get yapping. First of all, I'd just like to address this. The skin sales this week are so much better compared to recent Rust stores, okay? So, yes, I'm actually projecting some of these skins are very likely to reach up to and go over 30,000 subscribers. And in contrast, with the recent Rust stores we saw, we didn't see any skins reach up to 30,000 subscribers, did we? No. But the emphasis with the recent Rust stores was, all right, they're not selling that much, but you know what? If we happen to see collection continuations for those skins in the future, well, they'll very likely have a nice spike of price, but if there's only so many of them to go around, all the better for them to rise up in price ever so nice in the future, right? In contrast with these, well, they're selling so much more. And again, after 7 days with this Rust store, do not be surprised if a few of them happen to reach up to 30,000 subscribers. But you know what? That can also be viewed as a good thing, because in theory, well, surely those skins are in demand and people want them and crave them and want to use them and whatnot. So, yes, there's still a lot of positivity there, but we do have to be a little bit more concerned because more sales equals more of these appearing on the Steam market and on third-party sites afterwards, okay? So just please be aware, yes, a lot more demand, but are they always going to be in demand in the future? Because inevitably, we're getting closer and closer to October time. I know August right now is supposed to be a great time, and of course, we'll make a big fuss about that in a second, but it doesn't last forever. Soon it'll be September, inevitably it'll be October, and unfortunately prices are expected to drop off real bad. But then after that, can't get any worse. We'll go through November, we'll appreciate and enjoy December, and then we'll have post-Christmas again in January 2027, all right? Perhaps the best time to sell your skins. So, cool. Understood. All good. Right then. So, as you can see, top selling skin with the first 24 hours is the No Mercy Small Backpack with just over 13,000 subscribers. Very close to it, though, is the Endgame Garage Door. An awesome look and design. First of all, I should also ask, out of all these skins this week, which one's your favourite? Feel free to comment below. But if I could just quickly go ahead and point out, yep, if you want to get a good look at all the brand new skins, by all means, please consider watching my Rust rotation for August 6, 2026. I also go ahead and showcase the brand new DLCs. You see this right here? I know he's smiling, but that is looking to be a pretty evil-looking DLC. I've made a specific, very special short video showcasing this. But you can make a hole for the stone sculpture and you can shoot through it. And you're going to sit there and say, okay, what's so special about that? You got your own makeshift barricade. You could put it next to windows. Okay. You might want to consider watching that, just point it out. So let's now switch over to here. Let's get a good look at the skins. Let's just refresh as well, just to make sure that we're fully up to date. There you go. Lovely. Right then, so Endgame Garage Door is now the top selling skin. Very nice, very cool looking garage door. And of course, small backpacks, all of them are selling quite nicely. And of course, focused items of the month, or rather focused item, bucket helmet, yep. Quite the contrast in sales though. Wow, look at that. All right then, cool. Right, I think I'm just going to jump straight in and just talk about what I personally believe will be the best investments for this week. Yeah, I just want to get that out of the way right now. So, right, funnily enough, 5 minutes in, we'll do the conclusion immediately because, honestly, There's only like maybe 2 skins that I'm actually feeling reasonably confident that could work out as nice investments. Now, after I've spoken about them, I'll talk about the other skins and I'll explain my potential issues and worries. But honestly, all of these skins could still work out as nice investments in the future. But I want to talk about the 2 I personally believe are more likely to work out perfectly fine, okay? So first up, I want to talk about Valkyrie Thompson. Yep, $3, quite pricey, but is a transparent Thompson. And we don't get too many of them. We do still get quite a decent amount, especially Twitch drops and kick drops, but with the most recent marketable one being the Hellcore Thompson, which is now priced at $15. Okay, yeah, that's quite special, isn't it? Yeah. So what was before this? Hellcore, I believe. $16. So yeah, I think we get the point. Transparent Thompsons are appreciated, and they do tend to work out quite nicely, and the weapon itself is appreciated enough that it gets a lot of usage. So, pretty good justification to own skins. So what we have over here, the Valkyrie Thompson, let's click you. Let's go take a quick look at you in the workshop. And again, if you want to get a good look at it in-game, consider watching the rust rotation video. That is a very nice, lovely, metallic design. And yeah, you can only have so much transparency with a Thompson. Again, I repeat, there will be Twitch drops, there will be kick drops. And it's funny you say that. First of all, I'd just like to point out SMM seems to be a little bit delayed. It hasn't updated itself. But if I could just go over to here, look at the recent Thompson skins. You might recall, didn't we get like a Twitch drop earlier this year? Oh yeah, XKevs. Well, hang on a minute. That's also interesting looking metallic design. Hold on a second. Didn't that also have transparency? Yes. You already own a pay-to-win Thompson, which you got for absolutely free. Right? You did get that, right? Yeah? Do you know what I'm saying? There will be more. So if I could go ahead and look at some other ones that came out somewhat recently. Didn't the Team June and Thompson also have transparency, if I can recall? Again, it's just the side panels that are transparent. Yeah, a green one. Yeah. So there will always be another Thompson that appears that'll be, given away for absolutely free. But it's the marketable ones. I must emphasize it's the marketable ones that just still work out quite all right. Look, so Winter. Yeah. Here you go, tailor this. Yeah. How many did we get last year? Do you know what I'm saying? But marketable, transparent designs, well, Hellcore, as we've already pointed out, Heatseeker. Other than that, what else is there? I'm pretty sure there are other ones, okay? I just can't fully remember off the top of my head. But the most recent ones that we're aware of, they're doing good. Very, very good, all right? Now, if I could also look at them based on highest price. Yeah, here we go. Let's go look at that. Yep, so Heatseeker's on top, Hellcore is third, okay? 33,685 subscribers. 12,714 subscribers. But with our brand new Valkyrie Thompson, there's a fairly decent chance it's going to go up to and over 30,000 subscribers. Nothing is guaranteed, but I did kind of emphasize at the very beginning that, these skins are going to very likely sell quite a lot. And, so as long as they keep the demand, the prices should hold. They should still work out quite all right. But again, unfortunately, October is literally just around the corner. So I'm still somewhat hesitant, but I have to respect that with these transparent Thompsons, people like them, people want them, people crave them, and they absolutely like the marketable ones for some reason. Even though they've got all the Twitch drops available to them, they want the marketable ones. So let's also just quickly go ahead and point out the Valkyrie skins. So over to here, we recently had the SAR. SAR didn't have any transparency. MP5 didn't have any transparency. The AK did. I'm sure we're going to still see more of this collection. I'm just not sure if anything's going to really give the Thompson a boost. Maybe we could see Valkyrie armor. Actually, I would like to see that. That'd be cool. I should ask the skin creator about that. But anyway. I know the skin creator is still producing more and more skins, weapon skins that is. But so as long as we see more, I'm sure the Thompson would still appreciate more and whatnot. So we'll see how it all goes down and whatnot. Okay, cool. So basically, at the end of the day, people happen to appreciate the transparent Thompsons. People are going to actively seek them out. And there is a good reason as to why the other 2 recent marketable ones have worked out so nicely. And what I should also do is just take a quick look and see how the Hellcore Thompson became how it was. So let's just click this. Let's go look at it on the Steam market. I'm going to turn on my extension, that being Steam Inventory Helper. I can look at sales history, and yep, first of all, $15. We'll look over to here. We'll look and see the liquidity, how many sales it got each day, and well, yeah, it's just been perfectly steadily going up more and more and more and more and more and more. So let's also just quickly point this out. This is cheaper compared to the Heatseeker Thompson. Yes, yes. Only by about $1 or so. Valkyrie Thompson is about $10 cheaper. Huh. Don't you think people might be looking at the Valkyrie Thompson next? Just saying. Of course, I should probably go ahead and look at the Heatseeker Thompson as well, just to kind of get the point across. Because, you know, at the very least, this has been out for a year. And this did endure the October time. So that actually might be a better sort of thing to take a look at. Because maybe it dipped. Maybe it dipped pretty badly for a while. And again, that's to be expected. But then after post-Christmas, after like the Easter dip and whatnot and all that we've had somewhat recently, I'm pretty sure this has just been steadily cruising up more and more. But yeah, look at that. That has had a pretty interesting history. So it's going up and up and up, reached an all-time peak price around July time last year. It did suffer around the end of September, early October. Inevitably, post-Christmas, it rose up ever so nice. Easter dip, and it's just been shooting upwards ridiculously, okay? So you might have to hold on to these Valkyrie Thompsons for quite some time to truly appreciate the very good profit. AKA, you might have to hold on to them for about a year. Sorry to say, but look what happened here. And again, we'll also point this out. What happens if Face Punch just keeps accepting more and more transparent Thompsons? Well, yeah, it might be a bit of a problem then, wouldn't it? Yeah, so other than that, honestly, I do believe the Valkyrie Thompson's probably the best shout this week. Of course, I'll be keeping an eye on the sales and whatnot, but I feel like that's probably the thing to take a look at and be aware of, okay? So, all right, cool. That's nice, but what's the other skin that I personally believe would be a nice investment for this week? Redemption Large Backpack. I'm still being hopeful that we actually see the Redemption hoodie and pants. I might just sit here and complain now. Where's the hoodie and pants? The hoodie and pants was submitted before the large backpack. I can point out that you'll see that the tier 3 is doing splendid, the tier 2 is doing amazing, boots and gloves are retaining, but for quite some time now we have been waiting for the hoodie and pants. I don't know what's going on, but I kind of wouldn't be surprised if this is just going to be like a super random extra late pick in the future, or a random pick for complete the sets. We'll see how it goes. Technically, you could still see it appear over the course of this month. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you could still potentially see it then. But, yeah, if we see the hoodie and pants, that backpack will shoot up in price. Same thing would apply, you know, to the boots and the gloves and, well, the tier 2 and the tier 3, but these are cheaper and much more approachable. Now, that backpack, real quickly, what price are you selling for? You're currently selling for $2.49. That's all right. I should also point out, we've seen quite a lot of interesting backpacks over the past year or so. Take a look and see. Oh, quite a lot of Twitch drops. Wow, I just noticed that. But yes, not all of them are worked out perfectly fine. But again, take a look at the Redemption collection and you'll notice, oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, that appears to be very in demand. It appears people do happen to like this collection and they want more. So all the weapons, pretty much nearly every single one of them is doing A-OK, especially as we're going through August time now. So prices are improving. They're doing better. But if we see the hoodie and pants, or maybe it needs a version 2 or something, we'll see how it goes. But if we see that actually being accepted, I do believe that will be going up very, very nicely, okay? Now, we should also point out, first 24 hours of sales, that backpack, it just didn't sell that much, did it? It just did not sell that much. I'm projecting, maybe at best, it might reach up to about 15,000 subscribers. But of course, other skins here are taking up all the attention, notably the small backpacks. So, all right, you know what? You chill out, you be calm, you be all right? If it doesn't sell too much, all the better for it to rise up in price in the future. But yes, I honestly believe that probably is a lot more reliable compared to pretty much all the other skins here. All right? So, yep, that's your conclusion. It's those two skins, Thompson and the large backpack. I truly believe these are the better skins to take a look at. So what I'm now going to do is I'm going to talk about the other skins, and I'm just going to try my best to explain why I'm a little bit worried about them, okay? First of all, small backpacks, let's just address that. Brand new Skinnables issue. So let's go ahead and point this out. It's been a problem we're aware of like a very long time. I knew exactly what was going to happen with those bed skins. Last year, back in October 2025, that was the beginning of the trend of seeing a brand new Skinnable every single month. I'm sure you've noticed. But I could just tell with the beds and everything else that's going to come out after it, inevitably, the first few skins that get accepted for a brand new skinnable tend to sell a little bit too much, and then unfortunately, as time goes on, they suffer. And how could I know that? How do I just randomly sit here and say, oh, I can tell this is going to happen, I'm warning you? Well, it's because, funny that, look what happened a year before. Oh, large backpacks, look at that, wow. So I knew that we were going to have problems with these as well. Because before, with the large backpacks, I remembered with the road sign gloves, the L96s and whatnot back in 2021. I remembered. And I had to warn people about this as well. And if I could just quickly go ahead and look at all the large backpack skins, you'll probably laugh at this. So large backpack. Do take note. Joint first ever large backpack skin to be accepted ever. Like first ever ones to be accepted in Rust. No Mercy. No Mercy's right there. That did 54,000 subscribers though, right? Let's just point that out. But funny that. Large backpack and small backpack. It's down by a quarter of its price. Now, to be honest with you, that's not that bad, is it? But it hasn't exactly done super amazing ever since it came out. So it's been around now for about 2 years. 2 years, I believe, something like that. Yeah. So quickly, let's just point out, you sold for $3. Right now, you're currently priced at just over $2. It is, it's in the negative. But with its sales history, if I could just quickly go ahead and showcase this to you, there were some times where it was doing pretty good. There were some times where it was doing real bad. There's a lot of them in circulation. There's a lot of them available. And unfortunately, yeah, it's going to probably take a good year or two extra from here for it to eventually work out very nicely. So what causes these problems? What causes these issues? Well, a lot more backpacks got accepted. A lot more options appeared. And notably, inevitably, there will be a Twitch drop or a kick drop that comes out. And it takes away its, its thunder, its interest. No Mercy backpack was appreciated as the best go-to option for a white backpack. Hedge's Twitch drop came out, and well, there you go, for absolutely free. And of course, we did see the Thunder Gold backpack as well. So yeah, ever since this came out, this has just been doing good. It's just been doing good. Right now, it's about $6. So cool, that's nice. So now we're going to go ahead and do some comparisons. You're going to realize, oh, hang on a minute, everything's lining up to be the exact same thing all over again. So if I could go back over to here. With the small backpacks, you'll notice that one of the top selling ones is the No Mercy small backpack, and that very likely will be reaching up to an over 30,000 subscribers. And whilst it isn't as much as the No Mercy large backpack, it's still quite a lot. So, you know what, at the very least, maybe for a short period of time, maybe a good week or two, that actually will very likely retain and do quite nicely. But as more and more and more options appear, I just can't help but assume we're going to see more and more problems. And if I could just quickly navigate over to here and point out, there is a certain white backpack right there available that could be picked. I'm just saying, there are other options available, okay? So, potential brand new skins and Rust stores, potential Twitch drops and kick drops, inevitably, brand new Skinnables will suffer. Simply due to the fact that there's also going to be more options available as well. So I know a lot of people will probably look at these and thinking, oh, surely they're going to be right. Surely going to be A-okay. Surely everything's going to be okay and wonderful and fine. And no. Most likely answer is that they're going to suffer eventually. Okay? Now, by all means, if you just want to buy one for yourself, oh, that's fine. That's not an investment. That's a treat for yourself. Okay? So buy it, use it, enjoy it. Support the skin creators. Keep them nice and motivated to want to keep putting out nice creative designs in the future. But if you're looking at these skins and wanting to buy like 20 or 50 or 100 of them as a nice investment, I would definitely sit here and say you're probably better off with a buy order. All right? So wait till next Wednesday. We'll do the abnormal buy orders. You get the idea. Yeah, that's the safest way to approach these things. To keep things safer for you to not potentially lose so much money. Right then, so yeah. They look nice. It's just I've been down this road before. And I've yapped about the brand new Skinnables issue many times in the past, okay? So you've been warned. You've been warned. All right then, but what about the other skins, Hedge? What about the other skins? I know a lot of people would have noticed the AK47. I will respect it in a sense of I think this will still perform better compared to most AK47 skins. I still kind of feel like it might suffer at certain points. But if it doesn't sell too ridiculously, I could still see that return and go up in price ever so nice in the future. I'm talking January 2027 time. I'd be surprised if that's one of the AKs that came out this year that actually ends up in the positive. But let's just point out, not many AKs came out this year are doing very good right now, are they? I still expect the optimized AK47 to start rising up in price, but all the rest of them here, oh boy, oh dear, oh no. Hellcore, I mean, ugh, you could have been better, but hey, we'll keep an eye on you. Last year's skins, do take note, lots of skins introduced and accepted. 1, 2, 3. Only 3 of them right now in the positive. Oh dear. But of course, I should point out, this does have a very nice transparent aim sight, something you'd normally see in a Twitch drop or kick drop. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Nothing wrong with this. I just had to kind of like... So anyway, yep, that's looking pretty cool. That's a very nice, stylish, unique design, and I do believe we will be seeing more of Young Dragon. And I do emphasise, sorry about that, I just had to have a bit of a sick burp, sorry. Sorry. So yes, I can see that work out eventually, but with the sales it's got so far, maybe it might stack up a bit. And of course, we did just literally see the Valkyrie AK47 like a month ago. And I'm not sure what's going to happen next, but we are expecting more Twitch drops and kick drops. And I'm sure many of you are fully well aware, Aurat's just won the auction. And do you reckon we're going to eventually see an Aurat's AK47? I heard someone mention it, like, oh, do you reckon he's going to ask for an AK47 soon? Probably. I won't say no. A nice green AK47 made of emerald. Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. That'd be pretty cool. So, yeah, if we get something like that, chances are that also have a nice Twitch drop or kick drop style, transparent aim sight, pay to win aim sight. So, yeah, that's going to cause problems as well. So, all right, I'll be keeping an eye on you, but I think I'll just stick with a Barda. What about all the other skins? I'm not hating the Rainbow Pony shopfront, but I have to respect that some of these other shopfronts have started to suffer. And we are seeing more and more and more options appear. I'm not sure if the shopfront's going to be a common sight to see from here now. Of course, we had to have a decent amount of skins accepted last month because it was the brand new Skinnable. I'm just not sure if skin creators are going to constantly keep producing one. Like, of course, every single weekend I'll keep an eye on the workshop and I'm just seeing how many skins get submitted. And obviously, I do my checks and whatnot, aka here, my Rust Workshop skin checks over to here. That's abnormal. So there you go. I think we only saw 2 last week. Yeah. Before that, we were seeing quite a lot more. So it's starting to slow down with the options. So I could respect that, you know what, if we hardly see any more acceptances in the foreseeable future, that could still work out quite all right. But it's mainly kind of like hoping that we see a lack of sales to give it a boost. But it's also not selling that much. And Rainbow Pony, the deplorables in the past, they have actually kind of worked out quite all right. I'm not that confident in it, but I can respect that, you know, a lack of sales, previous deplorables, it actually could work out quite all right. What are the final sales going to be, though? That's the question. So I respect it to a point. Maybe it might still be a buy order. So, all right, cool. So hopping back over to here, I think I need to talk about the garage door as well. Garage door looks cool. It's amazing. Very nice looking design. And I know for a fact a lot of people are now going to be itching and just waiting for the next skin to be produced with that awesome looking style. Sheep metal double door, armor double door. Who knows what's next, but we are expecting it. And if we do, you know what? That garage door very likely will be very pleased with that. How long do we have to wait? Scropin, he's been around for a very long time. I do believe it's the man behind the Dungeon Collection as well. But yeah, he does put out some very interesting skins every single week. I kind of wouldn't be surprised if we do see an endgame deplorable being produced this weekend. That was the only early pick this week, okay? So, yep, lots of interesting variety from the past. I am expecting a sequel, but if we don't see that sequel being accepted anytime soon, yeah, we can have some problems. So, all right, we'll see how that goes. But let's also just get this across as well. How many garage doors we had this year? Oh, yeah, a lot. But the exact same thing happened last year. And as you'll notice, quite a lot of the skins are doing reasonably well, but the vast majority are not doing very well, so I think I've made my point. This might be very cool and interesting right now, but you know what? Like a month or two ago, Apotheosis of War garage door looked really cool. And you know what? Before that, what else did we have? You know, we had the Lost Soul garage door. That looked really cool. Do you notice the pattern here? There will be more very cool looking garage doors in the future. When you keep seeing more and more options available, suddenly they don't stand out so well. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. If you bought one for yourself, all right, you know, that's a treat for yourself. But if you're looking at it as an investment, I'm hesitant. I'm a little bit cautious, and I do believe that's going to reach up to 30,000 subscribers. So, right, okay, cool. So, looking at the remaining skins, I think all we have now is the rug, the sap and the bucket helmets. Right, rug's cool. It kind of needs to go with the brand new Bar Games DLC. I thought it'd be odd just to have that rug, but not the DLC. Looks nice. It glows in the dark. I don't think... I think it's just too isolated in which it needs to kind of pair up with this. And if you don't have it, then yeah, so what's the point? So, yeah, I'm not that confident in it. Sorry to say. I like it for what it is. Great addition with the brand new DLC. I just don't think that's going to hold up enough by itself. Sap's all right. Isn't pay to win. No transparency, so that's a good thing for these. But other than that, I don't think there's that much going for it. It's not selling too much, so that might work out quite all right. It's just... So, yeah, I'm not really super confident and whatnot. I guess I'm just going to leave it. Now, I've saved the bucket helmets for last because I'm not really sure what to say. They haven't sold that much, which is quite a surprise. Because, well, first of all, the bucket helmet's got a buff. It's now slightly harder to, you know, get yourself a wolf headdress. So people can look for other options. And, well, if it's cheaper to make these now, and, you know, if we're getting some pretty cool looking skins, I'd imagine the bucket helmets would have been doing better. Now, if I could just quickly point this out. Recently on the Steam market, we have noticed the bucket helmets getting bought out. Yep, the chicken one was getting bought out. I saw Sunrise getting bought out. Like, a lot of these older skins were getting bought out. I'm not sure if everyone's fully well aware that there's, you know, the bucket helmet's got a buff. But are they aware that, you know, there's some cool looking skins right here? But of course, we should also point out there could be other interesting bucket helmet skins being accepted after these. Last month, what was the focused item of the month? Would you find it funny if I told you I forgot? It's the armored door. We saw 10 armored doors being accepted in a single month. Then again, we did have 5 rust doors, but the point still remains. We had a ridiculous amount of them. If we see far too many skins being accepted for a certain item, unfortunately, with so many options available all of a sudden, it's harder for each and individual skin to stand out, and they all just tend to suffer, okay? But with these bucket helmets, if all the other ones got bought out and the prices are fairly higher, surely people would look at the rust door to buy the newer ones, right? That just hasn't happened. I also want to bring this up as well. A lot of people are like, oh, face punch, right, you know. They clearly only buffed the bucket helmet to get more sales. No, I think it was the other way around. I think what actually happened is they wanted to make it so it was a bit harder to get the wolf headdress. Maybe it was being used too much and whatnot. Maybe they realised that was being used far much more compared to all the other primitive headwear. So they made it a little bit harder to get that. And now people are more likely to use right helmets and you know, buckets and whatnot. Bucket helmets. So yes, with the changes that they made, they also realised, you know what? Why not just make it the focused item of the month as well? Like before, we hardly got any skins. Quite a lot in 2017, 5-year gap. 2022, 2022 we got KFC sort of, and then 3 years later we got fish bucket. Yep, and then this year we got this. So they probably just realised, you know what? We might as well just make it the focused item month. Emphasise the fact that it's been buffed. Trying to encourage people to use them more. Yeah, that's what I'm led to believe what's going on. So, all right, we'll see how it goes in regards to both of these skins. But you know what? I want to lean more towards Bucket Helmet from Hell. Why is that? Because there's some interesting clothing right here. Oh, okay. Oh, and he made some gloves as well. And we have a metal shop front. Slow down, Sir Q. You're moving too fast. Okay, so yeah, we've got the hoodie and pants from Hell. And apparently we've got boots and gloves as well. And apparently we've got that. So, if you saw my recent preview showcase of all the skin submissions in the past weekend, I did showcase this. I thought it looked cool. No, it does not glow in the dark, so you don't need to worry about that. I think people take a liking to this. And if this were to be accepted, don't you think the bucket helmet might spike a spike a price ever so nice? What do you reckon? I also want to bring this up as well, though. Do you consider small backpacks count as clothing and armor? Because if we're going to see a lot of like bucket helmets and small backpacks over the course of the next Rust stores for this month, maybe we won't see that many tier 2 and hoodie and pants and tier 3 armor skins being accepted. If you know what I'm saying. Maybe it takes up too much slots. But, you know, last month we saw tons of deplorables being accepted in Rust stores. So why not do not so many deplorables this month and have more clothing and armor? Well, it's up to Face Punch at the end of the day, isn't it? So we'll see how it all goes. But yes, interesting collection continuations can appear for these as well. So bit of a wild card. Not saying that much. There is a buff. I get the feeling people just aren't fully well aware that these are going to probably be used a whole lot more. So maybe it might take a while, and then people realise, oh, I want them, and then suddenly these prices actually do a whole lot better. Were you aware that they got buffed? Were you aware that it's cheaper to make them now, and they have better defences? Feel free to comment below. It would be nice to know. If you genuinely did not know, feel free to comment below, okay? So, yeah, I guess we'll just see how everything turns out. But again, with what I feel most confident in is definitely the Thompson and the large backpack, okay? So, cool. We got that all nice and said. Right then, so, don't forget, with the brand new DLCs, $13 for bar games, $8 for the stone sculpture, and if you want to get a good look at them, consider watching this. Chapters are there, you can skip ahead. I also believe, with the stone sculpture now being finished, I wouldn't be surprised if we get ice sculptures for Christmas this year. Because that was supposed to happen 2 years ago, but there was problems. So keep an eye out, we might be seeing some things being worked on. Now, in regards to investments every single week, I'm always emphasising that you should do the abnormal barters first. And last week we had a pretty interesting batch of skins. Notably, we had the Hazmat Armored Door. I waited and I waited and I waited, and I thought, you know what? All right, now that we've done the barters, it does look as if this could actually retain its value and work out quite nicely in the future. That's why I bought 50 of them. Wow. But with what we have over here as well, the scientific meat fridges, the fact that they sold hardly anything. They sold hardly anything. I was like, guys, if you are aware of the possibilities we might have in the future with a potential fridge collection, ooh, so much so that I feel like I need to go ahead and make a special video just talking about this specifically. So, all right, cool. Sold hardly anything. Strong possibility of a potential collection in the near future. Maybe that actually works out as a nice investment. Hence why I bought 30 of them. So, yeah, abnormals. It's definitely helpful to get like a better, clearer picture in regards to whether these skins can actually work out as nice investments. So, all right, cool. I'm not sure if this is fully up to date, so let's go over to here and let's just go over to here now. There you go. Yeah, it seems to be up to date. Cool. So, awesome. Did you have to buy any skins in the previous Rust store? Feel free to comment below. Right, anything else to address? So, what I'll do is I'll link these videos in the description of this video. But yeah, basically everything I said in regards to small backpacks, it's been said before, and history just keeps repeating itself, okay? It just keeps repeating itself. You might sit there and say, oh, Hedge, you're just being dramatic. No, it just keeps repeating itself. Rust is very, very, very routine. And the faster you realise that and understand it, you know, a lot more profitable. You know, lots of profit can be made, I'm just saying. So, all right, cool. But you get a bit smarter in approaching things. So, I'm just saying. Right, so of course, do keep an eye out in regards to the Rust Workshop skin checks. We are still seeing the majority of skins being picked from not the previous weekend's batch of skins, but the week before. So basically, the skins you see being mentioned in this particular video very likely will be appearing in next week's Rust store. I'm not joking. That's the pattern so far. Cool. So I think we got that all nice and said and done. Let's now quickly go over and talk about the player count. So, today we did not reach up to 200,000 people. Bit of a shame, but we're still expecting prices to improve ever so nicely. And all you got to do is just hop over to SEMM, take a look at your inventories, look at your sales history, and, well, I mean, not your sales history, your balance and whatnot. I can confirm, since the beginning of July, I have been steadily increasing in value. I haven't changed much. If anything, I've taken more away than put in. In fact, it's just basically been me trading skins over to sell. So I have been steadily increasing. It hasn't been super insane, but I can confirm to you, market cap is improving. Prices overall improving. Things are looking good right now. And of course, when you go to the market cap section in SCMM, as you'll see right here, if you just click that, you'll be sent to here. I could look up the Heat Seeker skins, for example. There you go. Type that in. Boom. You most likely only want to care about looking at the past 30 days. But even like the recent numbers are looking good. So yeah, prices are in fact looking pretty sweet. I'll take a look at Whiteout as well. How's Whiteout doing? Pretty much everything here is doing better. Not the hoodie, funnily enough. I'm not sure why that's happening. Shrug. I feel like I might need to make a video talking about this as well. Talking about, well, summer progress. Is now a great time to sell? Honestly, yeah. If the profit looks good to you, consider it, all right? So, it's in your hands now what you do with your inventory. As you might notice, I have quite a lot to get through. So, how long does this go on for? 36 minutes? Did I even stop to breathe at all? I don't know. We'll see. Let's also point out things we're noticing on the commits. So, of course, we've just literally had an update. The most likely answer is for the next week or so, it's just going to be basically fixes being worked on and whatnot. But we are noticing newer things being mentioned. So, first of all, we know about this for quite some time. Glass AK47's getting a lot more work done as of recent. I did bring this up when I talked about the recent Twitch drops. Fancier was going to get a transparent Thompson made. I had to kind of steer him in that direction because he originally wanted to do a transparent AK-47. I said, you probably don't want to do that because, you know, this was being initially worked on. And now, it's getting a lot more work on it. So, ooh, maybe that might be for September. We'll see. But, yeah, this has been noticed. And I only noticed that, well, Kino told me, but you can also see this being posted by Mr. Protox himself as well. So, ta-da! Scrap King building skin. I'm just going to roll with an estimate that most likely will be a sheet metal building skin, because Scrap King probably doesn't work with high quality metal. Just saying. So yeah, we did need another sheet metal building skin, didn't we? So all right, cool. Yep, looking forward to it. And Frogs. Yeah, Ern's. Yeah, she's super happy. I've been seeing jokes. That was Alistair that was preventing this from happening. Maybe it was for a good reason. Okay, so anyway, we'll see. What are we going to do with frogs? Oh, it's going to be like Pokemon in Rust. And we're going to put them in like little coliseums and make them fight. Sure. Can I have a frog tank with all the tadpoles and whatnot? Yeah. Right, anyway, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, Protox will definitely keep you informed of all the new content that's being worked on and could very likely appear in the near future. As you'll see here, even more mentions in regards to Halloween 2026. A DLC pack is expected. We are aware of a costume. We are aware of garlands, apparently, and a torch. More stuff very likely will be worked on, you know, as we get closer and closer. I even suggested, you know, adding a little Skinnables hidden in like the decorations and whatnot. I thought that'd be cute. So, cool. Right, so I think we've said literally everything that needs to be said. Again, I do apologise that the video went on for quite a long time, but I did warn you, right? I did warn you, and I hope you understand my my hesitation with some of the skins here and whatnot. Like, I'm happy to see they're selling nicely. Props to the skin creators. They made some awesome looking skins this week. But whilst we're expecting some wonderful times over the course of this month, in 2 months' time, we're going to be struggling and suffering with the worst of times. So, you know. Oh, wait, you're so optimistic, Hedge. Well, you know what? After all that, you know, then we have post-Christmas. And I can sell thousands upon thousands of skins, and I'll make some sweet, delicious profit. And you can too as well, right? So we're only getting closer to Christmas and January time. Wow, the year has gone so quickly. I'm getting old. Oh, God. All right, cool. So with that, thank you very much for watching me. I greatly appreciate it. Catch you later. See you. Goodbye.